Professor Mahendra Singh Nathawat. Sir, please, I welcome you, sir.
Chair and fellow speakers, as well as dignitaries of the dais, including my mentor, Professor H. Sharma, under whom I learned something which I would like to explain. टाइम लिमिट के लिए आप मेरे को टोक दीजिए, कोशिश करूँगा कुछ करने की. I think I'm thankful for the organizing committee that they have given me to the chance to speak about Professor A.N. Bhattacharya, the person who achieved his PhD before my birth. So it was very difficult for me to get the data and some of the things which I collected. I'll try to present and then I will start a paper on climate change and air beauty using the same geospatial thing. Unlike the earlier speaker, because Professor Munis Raja's long list he has given, but Professor A.N. Bhattacharya is also not less than the legend for the Rajasthan as well as for geography of India. So, Professor Mahendra Bhattacharya had been a senior most professor in the state of Rajasthan during 7th and 8th decade of last century, and one of the senior most geographer of our country. He was a patron of All India Geographical Association. He has been consistently trying to enrich the association through his innovative and stimulating thoughts and ideas right from the inspiration. Its inspiration in 1965. When Midnight Gift expression, Professor Bhattacharya combined himself with the quality of good teacher as well as administrator, and above all, a thorough gentleman, whose aim of life has been a guide and to teach his students and to serve geographical communities. He always insisted on high standards of academic and social endeavors. His artful blendings of scholarship and social relationship is of par excellence. Indeed, Professor Bhattacharya is a dedicated teacher and able administrator and outstanding scholar. His early education came up in high school in 1939 at the Bengal Tula High School in Varanasi. He did intermediate in 1941 from St. James College, Ajmer, Agra. BA 1943 from same place, as well as MA in Geography in 1945 from Aligarh Muslim University. MA in English Literature also in 1947 from St. John's, Agra. And he obtained his PhD degree in 1956, said that much before my birth, from Agra University on the types of rural habitation in the Upper Ganges Plain under the able guidance of Professor Radha Kamal Mukherjee of Lucknow University. This is the brief of the services he rendered in Rajasthan, though he was appointed earlier in UP, but I just got this record of his Rajasthan. 1958, Professor Bhattacharya joined as the PG head of geography at the only PG department of MB College of University under the Department of Education, Government of Rajasthan. 1964, promoted to the rank of reader and head of the Department of Geography at the University of Udaipur. 1969, attained the position of Professor of Geography at the University of Udaipur, recognizing his academic excellence and leadership. First in Rajasthan, became the first university professor in geography in the state. 1976, elevated to senior professor of geography. In 1978, appointed as deputy director of the School of Basic Science and Humanities, and he retired gracefully in 1979 after completing his task. So this is what the brief about the Professor Bhattacharya, though I have not included his work and other things, because then in that case I have to reduce his memorial lecture also. So, as because I'm born and brought up in Rajasthan and did my dissertation study in Rajasthan also, I choose to talk about the climate change and aridity because you won't find any complex place like Rajasthan to study such type of topics. So this is the state, you can say, say 10% of the area of the India. It's the biggest state at present after the division of Madhya Pradesh. And 82% of Rajasthan lies at the elevation between sea level and 400 meters, and rest of the Aravalli in other parts of the country. So just brief understanding about the aridity. Aridity is a measure of dryness in a region determined by the balance between moisture gain precipitation and moisture loss, that is PET or potential transpiration. When precipitation exceeds PET, the region exhibits transitions towards humid climate, and conversely, if PET surpasses precipitation, the region transitions towards the arid climate. Rajasthan offers a compelling case study of understanding these transitions, as its climatic zone ranges from hyper-arid to humid, revealing the complex balance of the climate forces today. So, this particular study basically is done by my recent researcher. He is submitting his PhD thesis under me, Mr. Nilesh Kumar. So, two methodologies we have adopted. That's to find the analyzing the rainfall trend and temperature. We use 121 years of IMD data for seasonal, monthly average, and annual average kind of things, as well as decadal average. So, data-wise, it's a very rich and intensive study. We use this graded data format as well as the net CDF to raster conversion. Then we clip the raster of the raster polygon, generated the cell statistics, and raster to point conversion. And then this data we have I did BW interpolation using the 500 meter resolution, and the average temperature, maximum temperature, minimum temperature, and rainfall. We have calculated an annual, monthly, and seasonal data set have been generated to prove our things using the data analysis, using the MK trend analysis. Because this trend analysis provides the data values in increasing as well as decreasing trends, so that you can analyze the long length of data. And then we generated the outputs. Next was to methodology for aridity assessment. We used again the rainfall of 121 years as well as PET of the same period. Then we calculated the aridity index with the rainfall by PET. Then 5 classes we have generated, that is hyper-aridity, aridity, semi-aridity, subhumidity, and humidity. We have analyzed it for annual and seasonal aridity, and then the data analysis using the same MK trend analysis, and output would generate. This is trend of Rajasthan. The annual aridity average rainfall is 43 during this entire tenure, and number of rainy days is 52.79. So we have analyzed it using this technology. Similarly, we have used it the data for the monsoon period. The same way, the average rainfall as well as the rainy days. So average rainfall is increasing towards the western part of it, and rain days also they are decreasing. But this shows that intensity of rainfall is increasing in Rajasthan during these particular years. Similarly, we have calculated the post-monsoon as well as pre-monsoon data also. So these trends have the statistical significance. We have generated it. And then this is the overall, if you just see the pattern of seasonality, rainfall, and number of rainy days. One side, the rainfall in all the seasons we have plotted, as well as the number of rainy days. Number of rainy days are decreasing compared to this rainfall. Similarly, the right side should be the rainy days. The number of rainfall pattern, month-wise average rainfall, and this is the month-wise rainy days for the entire state. So if you can see the trend and variability of average temperature after the rainfall, we try to find out. And the average temperature is on increasing part. According to this particular data, if you just see the trend in average temperature, minimum temperature, and maximum temperature. So it's on the increasing side. Then see the variability in season, winter, pre-monsoon and monsoon. Again you will find this temperature trend. Post-monsoon it's increasing. Normally post-monsoon onwards it should start decreasing to the winter side, but trend shows that it's an alarming situation, and summer season everything is here, we can just see. So this is how the aridity of Rajasthan is playing the hyper-arid. The arid part and semi-arid part, you will just see the figure. Out of 3,46,000 square kilometer, majority lies for this particular area, then semi-humid and humid is less. Hyper-arid, surprisingly, when we calculated it, it is now reducing, or almost hyper-arid part, the western part, it is reduced, which you can just see. This is the overall 121 years data sets. So there you can find different years they have the below normal or above average. I have the analysis decade wise also, so I thought just to reduce because of the paucity of time, I am not explaining further. So we calculated this annual aridity for this 121 years for the Rajasthan. And just see the pattern. The hyper-arid area, it is reduced. Arid area has partially increased. Semi-arid is increased. Humid and semi-humid, they are more or less same depending on the availability of rainfall. Some part is increasing and decreasing. So during the monsoon period, if you see, this is the scenario. In most of the cases, when if monsoon is successful, you can just see in Western Rajasthan also, they are showing good rainfall and these patterns. So post-monsoon period also, this area, if you just see, it is reducing. Aridity pattern, if you just see, post-monsoon, it's towards warming kind of thing. It's 0.002 is increasing based on the data sets. And if you just see the winter period, this is the situation. Very few years you will find that winter period we will see cooler things as well as rainfall also, but rest of the period the aridity is there.
This is my each year, sir.
Each year average. So we have calculated it for daily basis, monthly basis, and then annual kind of thing. Entire data I am not presenting it. It is a huge data set. So every year for 120 years, these figures have been calculated. So From transitioning from winter to pre-monsoon season, there is a notable change in the rainfall pattern in Rajasthan. During the pre-monsoon season, Rajasthan receives an average rainfall of 6.18 centimeter per year, increasing at the rate of 0.02. So there are very positive signs also, because human intervention to combat desertification, as well as the western part of Rajasthan, the canal irrigation and other things were there. So because of that land use and other things, hyper-arid area is reducing. The average temperature in Rajasthan is approximately 26%, with the minimum and maximum. Minimum temperature 19 and maximum 33. According to the study, average temperature of Rajasthan has been increasing at the rate of 0.003 centigrade per annum. Maximum temperature at 0.008 degree centigrade, and minimum temperature also increasing by 0.006 degrees Celsius per annum. So this trend shows that whatever temperature pattern we are seeing in Rajasthan is coinciding with the global warming also. So, according to our post-monsoon season, Rajasthan is warming at the fastest rate, as well as with the average increase of 0.01 centigrade per annum. So this is an alarming trend. Winter and pre-monsoon season follows with the both warming as well at the average rate of 0.009 degree this one. The trend indicates the post-monsoon, winter and pre-monsoon season have clearly significant warming directions, while the warming pattern of the monsoon season is not statistically significant. So you can just see the period of post-monsoon. Most of the Rajasthan covers under this hyper-arid type of land because of the not availability of moisture and other things. Varying few years, 1917 or 1933 or this kind of thing. Otherwise, you'll find this steady. We try to correlate with the nature of desertification of Rajasthan with this changing trend also. So you can find the areas of increasing desertification, areas of stable desertification, and areas of receding desertification also, because it comes under the combating of desertification. The Western Rajasthan, with agricultural practices as well as availability of canal water as well as drinking water, has reduced aridity, means hyper-aridity in that particular part. But even in Western Rajasthan, humid part, they are having the increasing desertification because of the land abuse and land degradation due to the mining and other part. You can see the red areas from year 2001 and then up to 21. These are the patches and these are the patches. And because desertification is a reversal kind of thing also, if government and human, they are working on it. So our statistics says that most of the area are in positive sign, means desertification is being reduced. Then we try to see the transformation also of the desertification, from which expanding desertification to reducing the desertification also. So all these 3 decades we have separately mapped, and result shows that it's a positive way of reducing the desertification or combating the desertification. So our observation and finding is arid dominance. 87% of Rajasthan remains under the arid and semi-arid conditions, reinforcing to its long-standing dry climate. Seasonal aridity is shifting because of this climatic change and other things. Significant spatial temporal shifts in aridity pattern are observed across seasons, and especially during pre-monsoon and winter period. And winter aridification is a significant increase in hyper-arid lands during the winter part because of this availability of less moisture and rainfall, and simultaneous significant increase in hyper-arid areas during the summer, which is an increase in arid and semi-arid region, points to the role of pre-monsoon heating and rainfall. Long-term reduction in aridity, statistically significant shift from the arid to semi-arid conditions annually suggests a slow reduction in overall aridity, driven by the climatic and anthropogenic factors. Stabilization and reduction of desertification. The changing climatic conditions and human efforts are effectively combating desertification in Rajasthan. The most densely populated desert region in the world is gradually becoming less arid, successfully contributing to the desertification goals outlined in the Sustainable Development Goals. And climatic influence, if you see, the broader climatic phenomena like the Indian Ocean dipole as well as El Nino southern oscillations may be contributing to the variability in Rajasthan climate, particularly during the monsoon and winter, though we have not related it with the data available and what influence they are doing it. We are not studies, but we are just thinking that it may contributing. And the climate change effect, the global climate change impact includes increased variability in rainfall and temperature are likely influencing the observed aridity shift, especially during the winter and summer season. We have related it with sustainable goals. I'll complete that in 2 more slides. So, some of the sustainable goals we have tried to correlate it with our study. One is clean water and sanitation. In fact, that 87% of Rajasthan falls under the arid and semi-arid conditions. Highlights water availability as the major challenges. Now, new pact was signed by and inaugurated by the Prime Minister. So, eastern area also will get water from Chambal and other things. So, I think this will be addressed in coming years. The increase in hyper-arid land during winter adds pressure on water resources. The long-term reduction in aridity may indicate the success of better water management and rainwater harvesting. Then climatic action SDG 13. The special temporal shift in aridity clearly reflects the impact of climate change. The increase in aridity during the pre-monsoon and winter and its decreasing during the summer underlines the need to understand and implement climatic adaptation strategies. And the role of anthropogenic effect in driving long-term changes highlights the importance of promoting these major features. Then SDG 15 is life on land. Arid and semi-arid region faces several challenges from the land degradation, that is the desertification. The long-term reduction in aridity suggests that the efforts towards land restoration in Rajasthan can be expanded and intensified. Then SDG 11. Yes. Sustainable cities and communities, the increase in hyper-arid land during winter and their decrease during summer impact water distribution strategy in urban rural area. We are facing in Rajasthan tankers and other things unless this eastern canal system will activate, and I think this problem will be reduced. Zero hunger, the extension of arid and semi-arid zones can adversely affect agricultural productivity. The long-term reduction in aridity hints at improving conditions for agriculture, but sustainable farming and practices must be adopted to leverage the condition. Instead of flood irrigation, we should go for the micro irrigation, drip irrigation, those kind of things. Responsible consumption and production. There is pressing need to focus on the sustainable management of water resources and land use in Rajasthan. The signs of decreasing aridity can be seen as an opportunity to encourage sustainable population production. The persistent challenge of aridity and semi-aridity in Rajasthan presents both challenges and opportunities of achieving SDG goal. Addressing these effectively requires prioritizing climate change mitigation, water resource management, and land restoration and sustainable agriculture practices. So this is the.
So you stop at a happy note that aridity in Rajasthan is declining.
It's revealed by the analysis of 121 years later.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.